Hi there and welcome to another workout for you to row along to. Now today's workout is part of the Time to Shine series. This is a 30-minute session. You've got a 4-minute warm-up, straight into a 21-minute workout, and then a 2-minute cool down, and we're all done, okay? If you're slightly under half an hour, do some stretching, all right? So we're gonna get straight into that 4-minute warm-up, and I'll tell you exactly what we're gonna do while we are warming up. But we have to get our machine set up first. Now I want you to set your resistance or your drag factor or whatever your machine uses first. On an Aviron, I'm going to set it to 10 because that gives me the perfect setting where I feel nicely connected to the stroke, but I don't have to heave against it to get it moving, which can break down my technique. Next up, let's go to the foot plates and set the height for them too. And what you're looking for is a position with your feet where you're able to come into the front of the machine with your shins in a vertical position comfortably. If you're set too high up, because of all the angles changing, it gets really hard to get there and your heels come right off the bottom of the foot plates. Or if you're set too low, you can actually go scooting straight past that vertical position, and that causes power leaks. Nobody wants that, all right? So the kind of ballpark for this is that the strap goes across the balls of your feet, the kind of widest part of your feet. What I'd say is that lower is often better, but set it to this ballpark and then adjust up and down as necessary, and especially if you start changing the shoes that you wear. All right, good tip there. So we're gonna get into this 4-minute warm-up. It's gonna start off at a low intensity, round about 20 strokes a minute, and then we're going to do a little bit of drills, and then we get into our main session. So don't worry too much about intensity for this first 4 minutes, all right? So if you are ready to go, I hope you are, and you've had a quick drink and you're already ready, good. We're going to get going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So just get your body moving here, okay? You don't even have to worry too much about stroke rate. All I want you to do is put in enough of a push from your feet that you feel the connection come up through your body, and you then brace against the handle as you push your feet into the machine. That's all we're looking for here. And there's several factors that come into that. I mean, it sounds easy, doesn't it? Just push with your feet, brace against the handle. Oh yeah, that's what to do. But there's things like that vertical shin position. You need to get to there for a start. That helps with the angles. It helps you be able to push solidly with your legs. A forwards tilt of your upper body, and I say tilt because you are tilting over the hips, okay? It's not about curling your lower back. Sit up, tilt forwards. Like a door closing, or a book closing, or scissors closing. You get me, don't you? And then arms straight, that's the other one. Arms straight as you come in. And then if you hold that forwards tilt with your arms straight and push with your legs first while holding that forwards tilt. Excuse me while I repeat myself. Excuse me while I repeat. I mean, honestly, it's like they give you a dad joke book. Anyway. So forwards tilt, arms straight, push the legs, keep those arms straight and keep that forwards tilt, and then only swing the back when you're about halfway through the leg drive, and only pull at the back of the stroke. Look at that, covered technique in 1 minute and 53 seconds, which is a good thing, because after this stroke, we're going to take one foot out, put it on the ground, and then continue rowing. Now you don't have to do this, but you can just continue rowing. But the point of this is that it opens up your hips, coming to the front. So you've only got one leg strapped in, so it's easier to get into that vertical position, but you still keep your arms straight, forwards tilt, and give a good push with the foot that's strapped in. One more here. Let's swap our feet. And continue. So today's session is going to be 1 minute intervals. We're going to do pyramids, up and down, at 20, 24, and 30 strokes a minute. Okay, it's going to be quite fast for the changes, so do keep an eye out on the timer and things on screen, because I may tell you at the last minute that we're about to change. One more stroke here. Put both feet back in. Legs straight, row with your back and arms. So swing your back, then pull in your arms. So it's important you take up that initial tension with your backswing first and then pull your arms. Then away with your arms and rock forwards. If you have trouble with this whole hinging thing, which I was banging on about earlier, this is the drill to practice, okay? Whew. One more here, and then we're gonna roll into the front with our arms straight in the forwards tilt and push with our legs. And if you have a problem holding that forwards tilt and arms straight as you drive and push with the legs, say you pull early from the front, this is the drill to do. These two drills will cure so many problems with your rowing stroke. Right, one more stroke, then we're gonna get into a steady 20 strokes a minute, all right? Here we go. So, 1 minute, 20 strokes a minute. And this is where you do want to think about your intensity, okay? We're only doing this for 1 minute, and then we go up to 24. Telling you it's gonna be like, you're gonna be like, what, where, what? But look at the color of the background. Look at the text on screen. Listen to me, and hopefully you'll keep right. But what you're looking for intensity-wise here, sorry, I got distracted, is one where you know you're exercising, but it's not really hard, okay? You feel you could do this for like a long time, say half an hour. Because in 3 strokes time, we're gonna push a little bit harder with our feet, get the intensity up, and hit 24 strokes a minute. You ready? Let's go. So you don't need to think here about pulling any harder on the handle. Rowing is not a pulling sport. All you do is push with the feet. And that extra force gives you a faster drive speed, which if you couple with it, a faster recovery, that's what takes you up to 24 strokes a minute. But because you're putting more force in, that also means more speed, and you're bracing against the handle with more force, with more brace. Good words, John. 2 more strokes here, then push harder again, and we're going up to 30 strokes a minute. Okay, whoosh. So push. Now you should really be 1 second drive and 1 second recover. But you can still keep it smooth. You don't have to be jerking up and down the rail. See how I'm smooth here for that 1 second drive, 1 second recover. And a lot of that is because of my handle recovery. Get that handle away smoothly but quickly, which triggers your forwards tilt, and your momentum then takes you forwards. 3 more. And then we're back down to 24. Here we go. And then after this 1 minute, we take it back to 20 again. And what should have happened as you've gone through these 3 stroke rates is you'll have noticed your speed has changed on each one. So I'm at 1:52 right now. And then when we drop to 20 strokes a minute in 4 strokes time, I'll tell you what I dropped down to. So 1 more here. Okay, back to 20. And this should give you some element of recovery I'm at 1:59. So 6-7 seconds slower. But I'm not thinking pace. I'm just thinking stroke rate. And if you can develop like a natural stroke rate and pace, kind of link them together, you'll find your rowing sessions become much more enjoyable and manageable. Right, we're there already. Can you believe it? In 3 strokes time, we're back up to 24. You ready? Here we go then. Up to 24. Now, this isn't just a bit of kind of distraction. It must be said, it will make the session fly by, breaking it down into these 1-minute chunks. After all, we're almost 10 minutes gone, when you include the warm-up, that is. But there is a point behind this, that the variety, the change-ups, the fact that your heart rate will climb and settle is actually really good for you in terms of just general fitness. General fitness, sir. 1 more stroke and we're up to 30s again. We're here already. Just smooth, push. Get into that position at the front. Forwards tilt, arms straight, push legs. 1 second drive, 1 second recover. This is very much a 1-to-1 stroke rate ratio. And you'll notice my handle is smooth, okay? Backwards and forwards. I'm not throwing the handle away like it's a hot potato. You say potato, I say patata. Oh wait, no, that's tomato. 3 strokes, and we're back down to 24. Whew. Don't ease off too much, stroke rate wise. But we're back at 24. That comment was for me, by the way, not you. You should, as this workout progresses, the change down from 30 to 24 will be the toughest. You'll want to ease off more, but try not to. This is this kind of change down is probably the most important part in terms of your rowing anyway. 2 more. And then we'll spend 1 minute at 20. Feel free to make whatever noise you want. I chose wah just then. I don't know whether it's the fact that I'm recording these at 7 o'clock in the morning before I start my work day, but 2 things are happening. 1, I'm loving these short, sharp starts to my day. Well, 3 things actually. 2, I think I've gone a bit loopy. And 3, I should really spend some time shaving and doing my hair so I can look awesome television guy for you. Okay, 1 more here and then back up to 24. Now this entire series or the Time to Shine series anyway, is made up of, what was I doing? Oh no, wait. Oh, John, keep up. Sorry, I got my brain just went, forgot what stroke rate I was doing. This whole series is made up of 20, 24, and 30 strokes a minute. So you have predictability in terms of what you're going to be doing, and you can learn about your body. You can also feel improvements too. Okay, 2 more. 1 more. Back up to 30. And that's what I mean about if you can just find a stroke rhythm that becomes your muscle memory when you climb on the machine, then it should be that your 3 paces stay the same through the workout. So I'm at 144 for these 30 strokes a minute sections. And so I'd expect to get this pace most of the time when I row at 30. 3 strokes to go. 1 more. Back to 24s. Whew. And I say most of the time because the more you train, the more you include variety, the faster and fitter you will become overall, but also for each of these stroke rates. So it could be that the first of these workouts, I'm at 144, 151, 159. But by the end of it, I'm at the end of like 8 workouts, I'm at 141. All right, 1 more stroke. I'm back to 20 strokes a minute. Or for the 20s, maybe I'm at 156 after I've done all 8 workouts, just because my body has responded to the effort. And I mean, listen, I don't know what your goals are, but my goal is always better performance and a smaller stomach. Trying to get back to that washboard abs thing, which gets tougher as you get older, folks. Oh, it does for me anyway. Okay, 2 more strokes, and that's us back up to 24 again. You ready? Remember, just push with the legs here. Arms straight, push. That's how you get your pace. So if you want to go faster, you can push your legs, and then you can hold your stroke rate, and you'll still go faster. Or you can increase your stroke rate, and you'll go faster still. That's the 2 ways. Only think about pulling at the back of the stroke. Let your legs do the majority of the work. It's tempting, I know, especially if you've got Popeye arms to pull from the front, but they'll do just as much work at the back. 2 more strokes. Back up to 30. You ready? Let's go. And if you do find that you just can't get the stroke going, especially at these higher rates, without pulling from the front. My guess is either that you have the resistance set too high on your machine and you need to fight against it, or you don't have that forwards tilt, straight arms, and then connect feet to hands, because that's where the power should flood in. All right, 3, 2, 1, 24s. We're getting close to the finish, don't worry. Just gonna take a moment to breathe here. That shows how good this workout is when I have to shut my mouth. It is an interesting addition to cardio training, talking while rowing. It's like, I think I said before, I remember reading about Taylor Swift on the Eras tour, how she trained for it by going for runs and singing her songs. One more, back down to 20. Gotta be said though, I'm sure some of you would rather be listening to Taylor Swift than me. But hey, that's okay. On the Aviron, remember, you can turn me down and play Spotify instead. But hey, you'd miss out on all my technique tips and scintillating chat. All right, so where are we? Is this our last pyramid? I think it might be. And we need to finish at 25 minutes, including warm-up, that is. One more here. We'll take it back up to 24. But going back to the point of a row like this, training plans, like say you are wanting a faster 2K time, they're amazing, okay? They will help you get faster. But I also understand that not everybody trains for a performance goal. You just want to get a great workout on the rowing machine, feel like you've done some good. And that's what this workout will do for you, as long as you're putting in the effort. 2 more here. Then we're back up to 30. Here we go. Because, I'll say it now, you get out what you put in. The rowing machine is amazing at working your muscles, burning calories, but only when you put the effort in. If you just tickle it, if your heart rate and intensity isn't feeling almost maxed out at this stage, you're possibly not putting in the effort. Okay, 2 more. Back to 24. I mean, I was doing a online bike ride the other day, and somebody joined in, and I think I had accumulated 200 points in the time they'd only accumulated 50. Now, I'm not judging them in any way. Maybe they have reasons. Maybe it was just a shakedown ride. Maybe they've only just started cycling. Maybe it was who knows. What I'm saying is that there was a huge gulf between me riding hard and this other person. Back to 20 for our last minute. And it really showed to me just the range that you can address your workout. You can take it easy. You can have a recovery ride. But make sure you know that. If that person had climbed on and they just thought 15 minutes on a bike, that's my workout for today, but they in fact weren't putting in much effort, well, just because the timer is counted down, it doesn't mean you've got the benefit of that time. So that's where workouts like this just are amazing. Woohoo! We're all done. They're amazing as long as you put in the effort. So let's get down to a 2-minute cool down. Get down, let's dance. All right, just low intensity in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Oh. So really, cool downs, this is where you're just shaking down your body. Like maybe you did start to find it tough towards the end, and you were pulling early with your arms. Well, not only might your arms now be feeling a bit sore, but you also don't want to leave this workout with your brain and the muscle memory for your brain thinking that that's how you should be rowing. So these 2 minutes give a chance for your muscles to cool down, for you to kind of rewire good technique with that forwards tilt, arms straight, push with the legs, but also, as much as I can't shut my mouth, gives you a chance to disconnect. Maybe that was a hard workout. Maybe you were really clinging on by the end. Maybe 25 minutes is the longest you've ever worked out for. It's good to then have these 2 minutes at the end to just settle down, ruminate, think about the workout, and then realize you did well, good job. And this is where I think journaling is a great thing to do. We're writing down somewhere the workout you did and your experience with it. If you get it down on paper, it really does help. Trust me. It's like running a comb through your brain. Oh, although don't do that, that could hurt. That's not the kind of open brain surgery you want. Right, so if you've still got a little bit of time left, I recommend doing some stretching. Stretch your hamstrings. You can do that on the machine just by legs straight and tilting forwards. Stretch your quads, your hip flexors, shoulders, forearms. Anything that you felt like just got used, I'd give it a stretch. I've got a stretching video up here under the warm-ups and cool-downs, so you can follow that if you wish. But I'm going to say goodbye in order to keep this under the half an hour. So make sure and have something to eat, something to drink, go for a shower, please. And next time you speak to somebody that it means something to, tell them you love them, all right? So until the next row, look after yourselves. Row well, be well, bye-bye.